Hey, Trey, I was asking CJ, how do y'all kind of handle when you haven't been in and out much of the trade rumors? Like, how easy is it to block that stuff out?
It's part of business. I mean, I figured it out probably my rookie year, especially when the trade deadline came and they traded away Nikhil. These were my best friends. I was with them every road trip for dinner and all that stuff, and next day he was gone. So you kind of get numb to it, and it's a part of reality, and also you just wish the best for the next person.
And Trey, let me ask you what I asked CJ. I'm not sure if you've ever been on a team that's been 5-22 to start a season, but how difficult has this season kind of been for you personally?
I mean, I haven't been on the best teams in my life, I'll say that. But obviously, it's still not fun, especially when you're so accustomed to winning. Last year, we won almost 50 games. You're winning at a pretty decently high rate. And so now it doesn't feel good, obviously. And people are frustrated, and we want to make a change about it in ourselves and just make sure we're fighting out there. Like the product that we put out there against Indiana at times just wasn't good. We weren't playing together, and that starts with me, being able to communicate with my teammates. It starts with all of us just being on the same page. When we're on the same page, and we can do a lot of different things.
And Trey, why do you think you guys have been kind of last couple of weeks? I think a bad quarter has really deterred your chances for a win. Like last game was the second quarter against Indiana.
Yeah, no, we let it slip away, and that was on us as players. We got to get together and be like, yo, look, we got to make this stop. We got to stop the bleeding. We got to figure it out, especially when they're just running script offense, and we're not really giving them a lot of resistance. So that's on us as players to talk things out and figure it out as a group.
What's a fair amount for a fine for a media member if phone going off during a press conference?
You get a warning at least.
Warning?
Yeah, a warning at least.
Trey, I'm sorry if I walked in late, so I'm talking to you. But does it bother you that we're barely not even halfway through the season and people are out on the outside already talking about changes need to be made to this roster and need to bring new players in here to get this thing turned around?
I don't really listen to it in all honesty, so it don't really affect me at all. I just worried about what I got to do in order to help the team win. And outside of that, I mean, the people that are talking about it, if they played any of us one-on-one, they're not going to win. So are you better than us in basketball? No. So we don't really have to hear about your opinion.
And Trey, characteristically, DeJounte's not been a high turnover guy, but I think last couple games he's had 8. What have you noticed about his game? Like, is it things too difficult right now? The process. What can you pinpoint why he's struggling so much with the turnovers?
I mean, it's just chemistry. Coming to a new team, first of all, that's going to be tough. And then you add in the injuries, you add in, different offense, different style of players. Like, it's going to be an adjustment period. And I know he's going to figure it out and get back to his ways.
Right?
How much of a challenge is Houston as far as like their defense is elite and some of the stuff that you're gonna have to do against them?
Well, we're expecting a physical defense. Guys they're gonna have their hands on us. They're gonna try to take us out of our sets, and that's what we've been working on the last couple of days is being able to execute on both ends of the floor, but definitely offensively, knowing that those guys are one of the better defensive teams in the league.
Really, how much of a challenge is it right now, right? Team didn't start off at all the way you would probably envision. 5-22. I think about 10 games, or 9.5 games behind Ted in the playing Saints. How are you looking at the rest of the season?
Well, I mean, right now, like you said, we've been hit with some challenges, unexpected challenges. I don't think anybody here could have predicted that we were going to deal with the amount of injuries that we've dealt with. But then you got to embrace this. You got to embrace the adversity, embrace this opportunity to help young guys get better and grow. And at the same time, just concentrate on what we can control and try to work on things in practice, try to take it game by game. Hopefully we get a little bit more healthier in the next coming weeks, and then just kind of monitor and see where we are.
Winning is always a priority. And also you want to do some development always. Is there kind of a different balance now that you think maybe I should focus this a little bit more on development, get the young guys? Obviously they're playing like Eve, he's getting a lot of minutes. But is that something that's in the back of your mind, always thinking about the future, maybe even a little more so now?
Well, I think it's been an organic opportunity to develop our team because we've had guys out and they have to play. So we're getting a chance to see Brandon Boston. We're getting a chance to see Antonio Reeves just a little bit here and there. Jeremiah. Eves has been a huge bright spot for us. So in terms of the development piece, it's happened organically because of the amount of injuries that we've had. And now we're still focused on trying to prepare our guys to win games, compete at the highest level that they can. And that'll be our focus for the near future. And if that changes, if our mindset changes, if we have to look at, where we are and make some adjustments, we'll do that. But for right now, we're going after it.
And as the head coach, do you have to do anything to kind of navigate all the coming trade rumors out there? Like, do you have to talk to your guys, or how do you kind of handle that?
Eventually we'll have some discussions on, what's true, what's not true. But for the most part, we try to block out any noise, any distraction, and we got a lot to focus on without that. And our focus is on coming in every day with the right perspective, getting after it in practice, locking into our film work, and getting prepared for games. Some of the rumors and some of the things we're hearing is out of our control. But we'll do the best that we can to continue to communicate with our group.
Is it a lot different when you play, though, with the social media era now? Is it so different? I mean, everything's out there.
For sure. It's a lot different. In some ways, that's a positive. Because I think, in general, players, staff, we have way more access to information. So you have an awareness of what's going on in this world because of social media. So it provides some positives. And then at the same time, it can be negative, maybe not so positive, just in terms of hearing trade rumors. You can go on Twitter, you can see it all. And for you to have a healthy perspective, sometimes you just can't watch that stuff and you can't pay attention. You got to put your phone up, avoid clicking those buttons that, may have your name swirled in some of those rumors.
Well, Willie, one thing that's been trending up is the amount of three-pointers your team has taken. I think October it was about 31 shots a game. November about 33. Now it's close to 36. Is that kind of a positive development, and you want to maybe even see more?
Yeah, I love that we're trending up in that category. The thing for us is that we want to get quality threes up. That gives us an opportunity to put more points on the board. It also gives us an opportunity to offensive rebound and get second chance opportunities. So if we can continue to play fast, touch the paint, kick out, get open threes, we'll get some guys back and we'll make some of them. But the beauty in it is the 0.5, sharing the basketball, getting quality looks, and once again, giving us second chance opportunities.
And do you think the makes are just due? It seems like you haven't experienced nearly enough of good shooting like you did last year.
Yeah, they are. We're adjusting because we're playing against. We got guys that's playing against some of the best defenders on the floor, and there's some adjustments there. Guys that are used to playing against maybe some second unit guys, and not having your top guys on the floor that occupy some of those high level defenders. Now those shots are a little tougher for us. So it's more important offensively that we play with force. It's more importantly that we share the ball, we set screens for each other, and keep the game simple.
You talked about before, guys, sometimes they just need to, put their phone up, not pay attention or whatever. I mean, how do you think that they have, done when it comes to doing a job of doing that, of blocking out the noise? Do you think they've done an adequate enough job of that?
Yeah, I do. I think we're blessed with some high character guys. They do a great job of having a good perspective on life, on basketball. They come in every day with the right perspective. But that's a challenge in this generation, just across the board. It didn't matter who they are, even adults. We get hooked to our phones and the access to information and the rumors that's out there. But just as you navigate a season, sometimes it's good to sort of block that noise out and get off Twitter, get off Instagram, whatever you need to do for at least for the season, and try to lock into what we're trying to accomplish.
And CJ, I was asking Willie, this time of year, a lot of rumors on social media.
What are the rumors?
I mean, just about trade guys.
Typical trend. What are they?
Typical trade rumors. They call
Pelicans are thrown in a lot, right? Teams that are kind of struggling, usually those players get thrown in the mix. So players have been thrown in the mix. Yeah, we had Brandon Ingram, Zion, yourself. Yeah, Herb's name's been out there. Basically everybody, seemingly just about.
Chopping block.
Just about.
So the question is, how do y'all kind of navigate that or block that out?
Yeah, do your job. Your job is fair and give your best effort each night. Starts with preparation. It starts with, trying to string together some wins, trying to string together healthy, quality possessions for us all. And I think it's twofold, right? Obviously, we're not doing well, so teams are going to be circling like sharks to try to figure out who they can poach. And our team is, maybe entertaining, maybe not entertaining trades, who knows. But I think it's just more about how you prepare and for some players, you want to be, in a position to be liked by more than just one team. That means that you have something to offer. And I think for a lot of us, you have to look at it, for that sense too. If teams are calling and inquiring about you, that means that you have value beyond where you're currently at. And that's always important in this league and in any job in general. Your job is to create value for yourself and for your family. So I think you have to look at it from that point of view. And then you want to play your best basketball so that you're presenting, the best version of yourself, not only your current team, but for any of the teams that may be interested in you. So I think that's the approach.
How would you assess the team's ability to kind of black out any of the rumors or anything that they see on social media?
This is I've been in the league a long time, so it's like it's the time of the year where you can turn your mentions on, you can turn them off, you can turn on your alerts, you can turn them off. You got to figure out how you can kind of maneuver in that world. But I think a lot of guys who have been in the league, they understand it. Generally speaking, most players aren't going to, be lifers on one team. You're going to end up playing on more than one team. There's only a handful of guys throughout the league's history that have played on one team throughout their entire career. So that's a part of the process. That's a part of, being a professional athlete.
Do you take an obligation kind of as one of the vets in the league, a guy who's been in the league a long time? Do you feel an obligation to kind of help keep the guys focus on the task at hand?
The guys that have been in the trade rumors are all been in the league for some years now, so I'm pretty sure they understand how it goes. We've had conversations and we'll continue to talk just so that we're all on the same page and all thinking, how we're supposed to be thinking under these circumstances in this environment. But guys like him, they don't have to really worry about trade rumors or anything like that. At this stage, that's probably later on down the line in his career, but not right now.
And CJ, how trying has this season been? I'm sure you've probably never been on a team that's been 5-22
Never in my life, so it's been difficult. Losing is not great. You don't really feel comfortable doing many things. When you're in these types of positions, you don't really feel comfortable going out to eat. It's kind of awkward. You feel bad for the fans. You feel bad for everybody that's involved in the environment of trying to win games. But it's our reality, so we got to live with it, live through it, and continue to work hard and give ourselves the best chance to dig ourselves out of a tough hole.
Do you think it's just a matter of getting healthy though, or there's a little big no?
It's a combination of things, right? We're slowly getting healthy, but it's also about finishing games. It's also about sustaining a high level of play for 4 quarters. A lot of things go into winning games. Health obviously plays a factor too.
People talk about how it's hard to get practice time during the NBA season. How beneficial do you think it could be for you guys to have this last stretch where you're actually getting to practice a lot?
I think our last stretch was great with the in-season tournament. We had a couple hard practices, probably our best practices of the year, where we were actually semi-healthy, where we had enough bodies to get up and down and scrimmage. But healthy quality practices are important, and they're hard to find throughout an NBA season. But when you get them, you got to take advantage.